Hey guys, it's Brandon Miniman from Pocketnow.com, and in this video we're really excited to unbox the Google Nexus S, a Samsung phone that is supposed to represent the best Android experience. So let's get to the unboxing. Now, as mentioned, the Nexus series of devices is supposed to represent the best Android experience possible. Google partners with an OEM. In a previous case, it was HTC with the Nexus One. In this case, it's Samsung with the Nexus S to create a device that is really the benchmark Android phone. And you know what? The Nexus One really lived up to that claim. The Nexus One, even today, about a year after its release, it's still a really good phone. It's fast, it's light, it has great battery life, and there's an extremely robust development community that supports this device. So we get constant ROM upgrades, not only from Google. This device will get Gingerbread 2.3, but from sites like XDA, who produce ROMs for this device more than any other Android phone. Of course, some people are disappointed with the Nexus S, saying that it's very much similar to a Galaxy S smartphone. That is true, but there are some exceptions, and we're going to talk about that and compare the Nexus S to a Galaxy S smartphone in a minute. But thought it might be interesting to compare the unboxing experience of the Nexus One with the Nexus S. As you can see, the box has shrunk a lot. It's much smaller. We can look on the side. It says Nexus S. We flip it the other way. Blank sides. On the top, it's blank. On the back, very clean backs back here. It just says Google. Samsung over here, it just says Nexus One. And the unboxing experiences are very much similar. So we've got a lift off top, kind of vacuum sealed here. And we get cool Google colors, blue, red, green, and yellow around the outside. And with the Nexus S, it's kind of similar, but everything's compacted, you see? So we've got the same red at the top, green on the bottom. Actually, they shifted the colors around a little bit. But really cool unboxing experience to make it memorable for those that have gone out and bought the Google Nexus S here made by Samsung. Now, this is a T-Mobile phone. I'll be using it over AT&T, meaning I'll only be getting edge data. There's a tiny possibility that, like the Samsung Vibrant, the Nexus S has sleeping AT&T 3G bands that can be unlocked via software. It's not likely, don't count it on happening, but it's something that we're definitely going to watch out for. So we'll take a look at the device in a minute, see what else we get in the box. So here's a T-Mobile SIM card in case you want to activate it and use it over T-Mobile's network, although you're not going to be able to get their HSPA plus 4G-like speeds. So, of course, the model number for this phone, for those keeping track, is the GTI 9020T. Boring stuff here. Got a nice little svelte Samsung charger. They get smaller and smaller. And if you take off the plastic, this area probably glows a little bit when you plug in the charger to the wall. And we get some headphones, some really nice headphones, actually. They're just earbuds with little chrome pieces. We'll talk about that later. And, of course, this battery, and people are claiming that the Nexus S has good battery life, just like the Nexus One, is rated at 1,500 milliamp hours. In fact, this is the same exact battery, most likely, we're going to test this in a minute, that goes inside of the Galaxy S smartphones like the Captivate. So let's push all this aside and take a look at the glorious Nexus S. So the big claim to fame here, from an aesthetic point of view, is the curved glass screen, although it's not as curved as you might think. So it is curved really on the top and the bottom. And if you look at the screen, it's mostly flat. It's hard to really see this on video, and we're going to talk more about this in upcoming videos. So I'm going to take off the back here. It's a lightweight device like the other Galaxy S smartphone. So it's not using a lot of metal to make it feel heavy or high quality in the case of some phones. So we got this big predominant screen on the front. How's this different than a Galaxy S? Well, let's take out a Galaxy S here. Here's the AT&T Captivate. A great phone, but it's a little bit weighed down by Samsung's TouchWiz interface. The Nexus S is running on Google's lightweight interface-free installation of Android 2.3, which a lot of people are going to appreciate. Of course, we also have the addition of the front-facing camera on the Google Nexus S, and we also have the NFC function, which will allow the Nexus S to do near-field communication stuff when and if that becomes big. So let's go to the side here. See how the Galaxy S or the Captivate compares to the Nexus S. It's very weird holding up the Nexus S to another device because it's got this curved screen. And on the back, We've got a camera, although the Nexus S adds a flash 5 megapixel camera over there. And we have this nice little hump here, which actually should go a long way in making the device feel very steady in hand when you're typing, because you're wrapping your fingers, or your middle finger kind of is resting on that hump so you can type. That plus an improved on-screen keyboard and Gingerbread should make for a pretty good typing experience. So let's compare the Nexus S to some other devices you may know and love. The Galaxy S version of Windows Phone 7, yeah, the Samsung Focus, which has the same 4-inch Super AMOLED display. We don't have the battery in on this particular device. So it should have a similar kind of feel to the Samsung Focus, because it has that same screen. And in fact, if you tilt the screen in the light, you kind of see the blue color associated with that Super AMOLED. Ditto on the Focus, if can get it in the light just right. Kind of difficult to do that. Let's compare it next to the iPhone. The iPhone these days is made to look to have a small screen, 3.5 inches, compared to the large 4-inch display. It seems that 4 inches is really a sweet spot nowadays. Of course, if you want to go a lot bigger, you've got the old HD2 with a 4.3-inch display, and it's probably actually thinner than the Nexus S actually, so that's quite interesting. Now I want to take a look at this battery and see if this battery is indeed the same battery that is found on the Galaxy S. So I'll pop off the back on this, take this out, and no, actually it's not. My mistake. It is, they are both 1500 milliamp hours, but we've got a thicker battery here and a thinner one for the Galaxy S. So a lot more coming up on the Google Nexus S. Really excited to see how this next benchmark Android device performs in daily use. Curious to see how it works on the AT&T network, although I'm sure we know edge speeds are pretty slow, but maybe we'll be surprised with a software hack in the future that will bring the Nexus S to AT&T 3G. No dedicated camera button, just noticing that now. So a lot more on this. If you like the Google Nexus S, please give the video a thumbs up. Leave a comment below on what you want to see next. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.